Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. The next challenge road is here already, shortly after the end of July, as well as the Summer 2025 live event. As you can see, all the stuff has in fact disappeared, but that's not a problem for now because, as I said, on the 4th of August, there is a new challenge road, and honestly, I think they dropped the ball on this one because, I mean, you wouldn't think that it doesn't make sense. I mean, it has good theming, and that's why I've chosen the particular dye that I'm wearing that we recently unlocked right before getting the boiler outfit, if you recall, because it kind of fits what it is based off of. Bit.Trip. It's actually Hat.Trip running in the Legend of Rhythm Aliens. Now, there is a lot of credits on this one, and there's also a lot of collectibles that I will not be earning because this is difficult for what I would like to call the wrong reasons, and considering there's a lot of people that are actually involved in this, I feel bad, but at the same time, it feels janky, and we'll get into that in a bit. It's probably because it's not the core moveset that you're normally used to, so that might be the issue, but obviously you can't recook it while the challenge road exists, because there'll actually be no challenge road. Because it's a one-level challenge road once again. So I will be showing the title card that loads up if we load outside of this. Team up with the Conductor to save DJ Grooves in the challenging Bit.Trip-inspired Rhythm Auto Runner. DJ Grooves had invited you to his annual disco party, which takes place on the first day of April. Bit weird, considering this is, you know, the beginning of August. Every year, birds of all shapes and sizes come by to dance and hang out, but unlike every other year, it wouldn't scroll, this one feels off, most certainly. And those feelings were valid. Grooves goes missing exactly 42 minutes after the party starts, and Rhythm Aliens invade. The Conductor scoffs at how foolish Grooves was to let that happen, but he knows better than to let some alien kidnap and probe his longtime rival. Well, he wouldn't have anyone be his second place at the movie awards otherwise. But don't be fooled, these aliens have a mighty groove. My submission for the 2024 April Fool's Mod Jam. Nothing untoward here, surely. Now, because of the difficulty, and then obviously the fact that it's an April Fool's mod, already put a sour taste in my mouth, because I haven't played Bit.Trip, but it is basically a 2D trial and error runner game. And I'm not exactly the most fan of trial and error unless you have decent amount of checkpoints or infinite health. Thankfully, you have infinite health here, but the checkpoints are a bit too spaced out for me, and at some points it really started to get on my nerves. And the fact that it is an April Fool's, and it's not April, you're the fool because you didn't read that fine print. Just saying. And as I mentioned already, there is a lot of credits here. Super Inkling, Cat Cube, Ultra Boo, Sammy Shah, Undrew, Dr. Treefold, Classy Times, Sergeant Popper, JD, WMGB, Hat Lag, Choice Provisions, and Silver Gunner, probably for potential remixes and stuff. But you may have noticed that by just going into the credits here, that purple box that had the description on stayed, but Hat Kid disappeared. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how the layer works out like that, to be fair. And the thumbnail actually kind of works out for what we're looking at right here as well. But, as I said, there is more to just the level itself, which we'll get into once we start this. And, by the way, getting the timepiece is easy. You can just skip the level, but I need to show it at least once. So let's go. Here is the title card for what you would normally see if you were loading this outside of challenge roads, because I'm going to have to get the mod timepiece/mod riv token by just going through a particular shortcut, which I will get into in a second in dialogue trees, but I'm not grabbing any other options. Also, a weird thing upon loading in, our score goes immediately up to 2,000. It's score based, but we will not keep those 2,000 points. I don't know why we have that.
Oh my, oh my. This is the best April disco we've had in the last 42 years. Look at all these folks, as happy as they could be on an April 1st. My little star is having the time of her life as always. It brings a tear to my eye.
Nice. Also, same voice actor for Decoration Dash for DJ Grooves, so I like the kind of consistency there. I'm pretty sure it's because it was also made by Catwish. Can't remember exactly. We've covered so many mods. Which is a Summer 2025 live event. Well, it was introduced in Summer 2024, but it was also included onwards.
This disco, in fact, just felt a little too good. I can't help but think something might go wrong. Nonsense, Grooves, nonsense. Pull yourself together.
What did you do, Conductor? Oh, even had kids shivering.
Hey, Grooves, how's it going? Sorry I was so late. You know, this party could use some old-fashioned Western jigs. I ain't really a fan of the synths or flashing lights.
He actually accepted the invitation to a disco. I'm doing just fine, Conductor darling. I just wasn't expecting you to arrive by, the means you did.
Oh, you mean me train? Don't worry about her. She's protected by my insurance, I think.
Considering what that train has been through, it better freaking be.
Anyways, what you need an old bird like me here for? Oh, don't tell me you brought me here to plan our next collaboration, didn't you? That ought to be it. Another spectacular movie by me, us. I have some devious ideas, Grooves. Oh, I think you'll like this one. It involves aliens abducting the birds of the lunar west. And they...
Darling, this is the Lunar West. You really shouldn't speak that kind of thing. Can we chat outside? The party's been going on for almost 42 hour minutes now. I need some fresh air.
They've been collaborating. Seems like they patched things up.
And so, Conductor darling, I just wanted to say how thrilled I am you decided to travel all the way out here for me. I'm glad our differences are mostly settled. It has been fantastic being collaborative rivals.
Ah, Grooves, thank you.
I just realised the hat I'm wearing obscures the fact that Hat Kid is kind of teary-eyed at the fact that they're getting along. I've already ruined the cutscene, and it's probably the best thing about this mod. God damn it.
Say, why don't we grab a few rounds at the bar? You'll pay the bill, right? Grooves? Huh?
Where'd he go? Oh, hello there.
Oh, no, it's happening! Aliens, abductions, loud music! Heartless, where are you? Help!
She's here. To get screwed, as you will see in a minute.
Alright, Lass, we need to give the rhythm aliens a taste of their own medicine. The power of sick beats. Here, take this boombox to start.
He could not bring himself to say that, could he?
Oh, sorry if that's a bit heavy. You probably can't do your double jump while carrying that thing, but don't fret. I conveniently found an air attack badge stuck on the back. Attack in the air for a pseudo double jump.
Notice they said for a pseudo double jump and not what the subtitles just said. Attack in the air to hover. That's because it doesn't really actually act as an attack, or it can do, but it is super unreliable to the fact that sometimes it will hit the UFOs, but it won't actually knock them out without you taking damage first, and one hit means reset. Also, it is in fact the beta unused air attack badge, but it has a slightly different description than what it is before. But we have seen this attack before. Used in Hat.Trip, changes the homing attack to a spinning air slash, which is what it is here. The air attack badge. It's the exact same thing, it's just actually branded as a rental, which I think is pretty freaking cool. Because if you didn't already have the beta pack, which we showed way ages ago, then it is here. And it also blocks everything else, including all of you. Well, our hats aren't blocked off yet, but they will be.
There's 4 more boomboxes around here that'll make the music even more disgusting. I mean, cool.
They will also act as score multipliers.
Your goal is to reach the alien leader and destroy their ship. We can't stop running, you hear? But that doesn't mean we can't be stylish. Try to look good. The citizens will adore us and score us.
You've always got to be recording everything, haven't you? You got to separate life from content creation, you know. This level is intended to be challenging. Let the music guide your actions. It don't work like that, honestly. If you want an easier time, check out low density mode in the extras. Yeah, I will most certainly be doing that.
Are you ready to chase the aliens and save DJ Grooves?
I will in a minute. First of all, let's get some more details on how to actually play. What are we learning? There's only one option. It controls and obstacles. It gives you all at once. So, just like usual, you can jump and, well, pseudo double jump with that air attack badge. It does allow you to attack walls that are destructible. That doesn't seem to have any problems. In fact, it lingers a bit more. But when it actually comes to attacking properly, it mostly fails than it actually succeeds. So don't do that. You can also attack mid-air, which doubles as an air stall. Your ice hat will function a little differently since we need to hurry. You can hold ice. You can hold your ice form for as long as you like, but it'll only protect you from flying obstacles. So you still have to bash the walls. Even then, it sometimes just fails and I die. It takes me out of it. Or sometimes, when I activate it, I'm still as a statue and I die. I am not making this up. This happened during practice. Wish I was recording that. If you use the ice hat in the air, you will slam down to the ground instantly. Use this to correct yourself in a tight spot. You will need to use that quite a bit. New to you will be springboards and dancing. I am using, well, technically I am using a Switch controller, but it is kind of mapped to the Xbox buttons. So I'm just going to say Xbox just for the fact that it does come up on the screen like that. I don't know why my Switch Pro controller doesn't register as Switch. Maybe it's because before that was a thing that was added, it was registering as Xbox. But it still does now, so I'm not going to question it. Springboards are activated by either holding either the interact or camera snap buttons. I mean, I guess this makes sense because it's on Windows anyway, so it's probably the best buttons to mention. It's default B and right bumper, or in my case, obviously the R button, respectively, soar through the air. You don't have to time your button press, just hold the button as you approach the spring. So that's actually very nice. I think you can also buffer it while in ice form. You can also dance by pressing your crouch button. By default, that's the right trigger, or in this case, ZR. The only action you can perform while dancing is using the ice hat. Dancing is not required, but it can be a nice little score boost. Honestly, you're supposed to do the smug dance when you tap the button, right? I'm pretty sure half the time when I have tried tapping it, Hatkid won't even do it. She'll just continue to run, like there's no visual cue that you've done it right. So I don't even think that works properly. I'm just mentioning stuff. I'll try to use it a few times, see if it works, but again, I had a bit of a moment trying to get through this in my practice. And that was not on low density mode, which I will be doing for this. Last thing I should mention, it's really important, jumping over a checkpoint will skip it. If you want a certain collectible, you want to skip both checkpoints, which means you got to do this in one go. Yeah, no thank you. In return, you get 5,000 bonus points per skipped checkpoint. Understand the level before you jump over checkpoints. Yeah, so again, that's the trial and error coming in. But I will admit, the last section of that is obviously of trial and error, it was getting so complicated to the point that I was actually forgetting how the beginning of that area started, while trying to remember what was happening back at the back where I failed. So I was having to kind of relearn bits multiple times. And when I was getting flustered, I was then causing button input, misinputs, which were causing me to fail.
Are you ready to chase the aliens and save DJ Grooves?
Not yet. I want my extras. So first of all, I will be clicking no density. Hazards are reduced in this mode, making some sections less tight. There's no punishments for enabling this mode. However, it does put you on a separate leaderboard. So if you want to be on the normal leaderboard, you don't want to activate this. And you'll also have to reload the level to disable this selection. I'm going to enable this to make the challenge road a little bit easier. But even so, if you just want the challenge road complete right now, it may work. We could try it. Ending warp. Sends you to the ending area of the level if you want to reclaim lost prizes without replaying. If you haven't beaten the level, this will do nothing. Well, I haven't beaten the level yet, so let's see if it works. Sending you to the end if you have unlocked this. It did not work, so you have to beat the level at least once before you get ending warp, which gives me the mod rift token very easily, because if you beat it in the challenge road, it does actually register that you have beaten the level before. Even if you haven't collected the mod timepiece/mod rift token, I can easily get it back that way, which is very, very nice. So, we got low density enabled, can't warp to the end. I'm going to play through at least once.
And save DJ Groove.
Let's run.
Great. Here, you go down Emperor Avenue and I'll take Macaroni Lane. My route is very much more dangerous than yours. I'm nae gonna put you through the horrors of the old sidewalk pavement. Trust me, lass, it gets bad.
Somehow I prefer it. Just saying. At the same time he says that, we kind of cross him. So we can jump and we can also attack. So you want to be basically not tripping over the edge like that. I was hoping that wouldn't have happened. Yeah, so even though this is an auto runner, your vaulting doesn't work. You stub your toe, that's it. Use your ice hat ability to get through. This is where it is now blocked off. Technically, if you did use left and right on the D-pad, you can swap to your mod hats that are not locked out, but you still can't use them. You will still be locked to the ice hat. You're kidding me. I unpaused in mid-jump and that didn't clear. There are 90 rift ponds to collect. You will need every single one of them for them to actually mean anything. I mean, collecting them will still give you score, fair enough, but there is a prize locked behind getting all of the rift ponds. So, good luck, I guess? There we are, cleared that. So yeah, do not use your air attack on the UFOs, just be invincible, because it just will not work. Mega! Right. With these walls, this is when we want to be attacking to get rid of them. It's the only way to get rid of them. My jump button got eaten there. I tried jumping after swinging, it wouldn't let me. And I pressed the wrong button there. Let me see if I can try that again. Thankfully, everything that you grab and earn before hitting a checkpoint is kept. And as you see, you do not take damage and or die or even void out. You just restart if you take a single hit. So, for a challenge road, this is just basically forcing you to play it at least once to not cheese the trophy, basically. Even though there is an option to skip. Again, it ate my B button, my jump button, so I couldn't get that pawn, and then because I was trying to jump, I pressed the jump button again, and, you know, I went over the other red pawn. I pressed the wrong button there. It's because I'm talking. But then again, we've only just started, so that is my own fault. But at the same time, I think there's only one gem at the start there that is disappeared from going to low density mode. Because for the most part, this doesn't feel any different. And again, I'm only playing on the easy version, so that anyone following through this to get just the trophy is able to earn it. Because if there's an easy mode, I'm going to take it. Especially since that I did actually do my practicing on the normal difficulty, which maybe we'll see my score in practice when we check out the scoreboard after we're done. Again, I couldn't jump, and again I jumped too late, going over passing 2 of the rift ponds instead of just getting the 1. It's very annoying. So I'm pressing jump and I'm not jumping, and then I jump too late and I miss more than what I swung again. What is wrong with me? Alright. Gonna have to start cutting back to when I actually get back to where I keep failing, because we don't want to be here all day. Well, I'll be here all day, and I'll have to edit it, but you get what I mean. I don't want to waste your guys' time. At least we slide up the stairs. There we go. That time it allowed me to jump when I wanted to. Right when I pipe up again. Hold B on the approach, and we bounce with it. Pound that, which is just extra style points. Right, let me do some dancing here, perhaps. See, like, I'm holding it. Oh, I press on button. I meant to attack to increase my airtime, but it's like you hold dance, and she doesn't continue to dance. And they said hold. I mean, I tried it there, but it didn't count either. So it's like I hold the button to dance. I mean, I pressed it there. I'm not dancing. I'm still not dancing. Yeah, I danced there, but it kind of cuts out after a while. So when it says hold the dance button, you don't seem to continue dancing, and it always throws me off because it's like I'm not getting the visual cue because it cuts out. So I don't get it. So I don't even bother trying to dance. And I think you got to dance like 42 or 82 times or something in order to get another unlockable, but I'll cover all those when we get to the end. So the idea is obviously it didn't want to jump again, and then I jumped too late, so I'm still pressing jump to try and jump, but it won't let me. So I keep missing those rift ponds. I wasn't holding B. Alright. I'm going to do that. What was that? Something flashed across the entire screen. I held it. See, that visual glitch threw me off. What was that in the screen? You know what? This is the perfect time to cut. I'm going to try and frame it and see what happened there. Alright, now we're back here. Let's hopefully not mess this up. Do attack for extra airtime because I don't trust those bits where you got to jump up. I missed one. That's fine. I'll take it. Alright, I'm not pressing anything here. I'm going to dance maybe once. I was holding that entire time, but she didn't continue to dance, so I don't get it really. Music's now changed a bit. It's getting more intense, like it does with the Mafia. She came from outer space, excuse me, from Mafia Town. See, the spin wasn't continuing there, and yet the swing continued. You have to use the ice hat there if you get that jump, because otherwise you will in fact hit that sign. So, ironically enough, I have one more boombox than I usually do. I'm missing a lot of these ponds. I don't really care. See, I did the attack spin there by accident, but I did hit the enemy, but it still hit me regardless on hitting it, because it went in the opposite direction. So I did attack him, but it still hit me regardless. That's what I'm saying about the air attack not really working as an air attack, and more like just, as Groove said, a pseudo double jump instead of what it said in the subtitles. I must make mention actually that in the update notes of this mod, voice acting came later, so maybe Groove's, whoever did the Conductor's voice knew? I don't know. Or the text just was not changed. Also, I'm trying not to get too mad, because right now it is me just talking and messing up. I was getting quite annoyed during practice, though, I will admit. Did my attack actually work there? Or did I get into my ice state a lot, just at the right time there? I'm not entirely too sure. Yeah, but as you've been told, the ice hat does not work against those. There's proof right there! Obviously, I must have got hit and activate the hat at the same time, but that just makes it look like that you died while invincible. And that shouldn't happen. At least knock me out of the state and put me into that recoil pose, you know? Also, if you do that ever so slightly late, you'll hit the curb while ice and that will kill you. And I will knock you out of it. See, I smacked one, but the other one didn't get smacked. But a normal swing would last long enough. And you've seen with the walls, doing a spin like that will still allow you to hit the walls. Oh, come on. I was on top of that one. That's a bit cheeky. I was tempted to actually keep myself in my white dye that we got at the end of last Challenge Road, Part 2. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, sorry, you better be sorry. But you get what I mean. I was gonna, I decided to go rainbow because I'm pretty sure in Bit.Trip, when you run, you have like a rainbow trail behind you. Which is interesting, actually. They couldn't have implemented the trail thing that you have in, Vanessa's Curse. Also, you may have noticed with those two, in fact, with this one, there was no, like that one too, there's no warning stripes, like the yellow and black stripes, that normally say that they're there. Well, normally they're there when they come out of the ground and not just there. But that also messes with my visual cues, because it's like, oh, I see yellow, that means there's a wall there. I'm not really looking for blue tape. See, because that one pops in, and I didn't even have to swing for the furthest one. The hitbox stayed, and how did I not grab that boombox? You know what, I'll just take another hit. Let's go again. Jump, swing. Okay, we got that boombox this time. Ace, jump, jump, swing. Block, block, attack, attack, jump. Right, so ice block, swing, swing, jump, jump. Okay, that time I jumped. I meant to go ice there. What you're supposed to do is do that, because there would be... Actually, a jump spin is better there. Jump now, so you can hold B to bounce, otherwise that would be an immediate fail. Right, now don't falter here, ice here, let it roll, get on top of this one, jump and spin, ice. Just... There is a boombox there, I'm not worrying about it. And I did not see the flashy UFOs. And now I've got to do all that again! There we go. I pressed attack immediately. See, I don't tend to get mad when it is my fault. Admittedly, though, I'm not bumping into the jank. I think it's because of the cooldowns of certain things. When it gets too busy, the cooldown or the lack of being able to react due to the cooldown is what screws me over, because that's what eats my inputs. Again, I hit him, and again it counts, but I still fail. He bounces back because I hit him. And yet it still doesn't count. It's not an attack. Even though it works on the doors. It's like it is the beta badge, but it's been retweaked specifically for this. So it doesn't function the way you'd expect. And if you do that at the wrong time, you're going to hit the curb. Also, I'm not too sure how you get that pawn after you do that, because you're already in freefall. That's why I'm not really bothering trying to grab them all. And again with the boom boxes, because you need all of the pawns and boom boxes. At the same time, I was supposed to jump and attack. Didn't do that, because I wouldn't have been able to jump after the swing. So I screwed that one up. But yeah, that's just what it is. I'm not mad at the moment, because it's not the jank killing me at the moment. Because I can accept it when it's my fault, and I'm just doing the wrong inputs. And I know better, especially now. Because the whole point is memorization. And I'm not memorizing that, apparently. What? I was holding ice! I was holding ice? Excuse me. I was holding ice! Why did that count? Why did that not count? The thing is, it chucks you in immediately, so you can't even have a moment unless you pause. At least I'm getting this consistently. It's just this one that I'm having trouble with. And I just barely missed that one this time. I'm getting that almost consistently. It's like I've been stretching it out a bit too far. But it seems to work to get that one pawn. I've missed the pawn, it's fine. At least I got the jump spin. 1, 2, 3. Jump now, hold B. Nope. I pressed the wrong button there, it's fine. I've salvaged. Right. I'm just going to slide underneath. Now jump up top. Bash that. Oh my lord. I didn't get the boombox, but I lived. That's all that matters. Hit that. There we go. Off you go, Conductor. Right, final phase. I don't know why it has those kind of radar pulse things, but the most thing that annoys me here is right here. It spawns stuff literally in front of you, giving you less than a second to react. I do not agree with that one bit, because you have all this widescreen real estate, and yet, for whatever reason, this boss decides, you know what, you can see things coming up, but you can't see what I'm spitting ahead of you, so then you're kind of like reacting as early as possible. Although it does seem like, in this particular mode, he does it a little bit later. Which was my major complaint. He doesn't give you enough time to react. And what do you normally use to have more reaction time in a hat in time? Time stop hat. Can't use it. Even though you can swap hats, And even if you have a time stop hat that's not the main games version, and it's like its own separate thing, and you can technically switch to it, and I'm not going to because, well, you know what, I'll do it in a second. Look, there we are, swap to a hat. It's still the ice hat. So even if you visually swap to a mod hat, it doesn't change your ability. You are stuck with this moveset. So even though I've now got no hat equipped, so I should trip, which would probably give me a bit of reaction time anyway, I'm still using the ice hat. So, you can change your hat, but it doesn't do a thing. Now, I get that, but it shouldn't let you swap your hat at all. It's also kind of funny to me, considering that the conductor says, oh, we can't stop moving because we need to catch up. I feel like if I was in control of my own movement, I think I would actually catch up a lot better, because I wouldn't die so bloody often. I know it's the whole point of, you know, being a homage to Bit.Trip, but in terms of the plot that they give, nah, mate. This doesn't make sense to me. Also, we're having to use the air attack quite a lot there to drag out our jumps a bit more.
Nope.
Excuse me, I went through that switch. What the hell? That switch failed to activate when I slammed onto it. That's a newie. So, again, that's a bit of jank right there, but that's a new piece of jank I haven't seen before. You need to hit those switches to launch a rocket into the UFO in order to get through, which also lowers the gate to continue. Otherwise, you will just hit it and come to a stop and you have to do everything again. I hit that, and it didn't count. And also, I don't need to swing 3 times for those. Because even though your attack hitbox still lingers, even for these gates, it doesn't for these guys. You really do need to use Ice Hat for the UFOs. And that includes the big boss UFO. Right. Alright, that time it worked. Oh, I hate this one. You see that? It was gem, then a couple of UFOs. So you have to... Oh my god, I didn't do it right at all. So where the conductor shows up there, I feel like that should be another checkpoint, honestly. Because that was the big problem I had going through this last time. Because this is when I was trying to memorize stuff beyond there. And I was forgetting how to do this bit to get back there in the first place. Because there was a lot going on. I mean, this technically should have a little bit less going on. I think it's only removed a couple of UFOs when they're supposed to be 2 or 3. It's now 1 or 2. So you'd still be using the ice hat. So I don't actually think it's making much of a difference. I might just be jumping a little bit less. Maybe once or twice less. Yeah, it's after this bit. So we do this. Whack this. Boom. Jump. I pressed X. It didn't do the attack. Okay, why did the switch not work that one time? Oh, God's sake. I hate that bit. There's literally nothing there, and all of a sudden it's then gem. So then you jump. But then, because he spawns another gem, you're not ready to... You're already in freefall, so you're not ready for it and you land on it. So then, next time you go through, you try to stretch it out by doing an air attack. But then a UFO spawns, so then you hit that, and then you got to do it a 3rd time. So then you got to know that you got to use the ice hat immediately after doing an air attack. Because none of it's there until you're there, and then all of a sudden it's there, and you fail. And I hate that bit, because I had to do it like multiple times, just to get back to that point. That was close, I almost screwed that up. Right. Jump, attack. Then attack again. It's a slope, not a step. Now we air attack here. Swing. Slam this. Then you've immediately got a double... Well, jump and attack. And then attack. I was holding B. And I went over that. And I didn't jump. That was the end right there. I was holding B. I went over the spring. It didn't launch me up. That's not my fault. And now I've got to do all this again because the game said no. I pressed attack! Swing, swing, swing. When it comes to that house, you don't see it coming at all, because it's the only time in the level that it does that. And it did, when I first experienced that, like, you don't expect to go into the house. So then, when the perspective changed and zoomed out a little, I died immediately because I didn't see what I walked into, which was those green jewels on the floor. So when it happened, I was like, what the hell happened? And then I could not get back there. And when I did get back in there, I then saw them, jumped over them, and then I hit the wall by attacking. So I went over it. And then I didn't realise that, you know, just landing on the UFO wasn't enough. I had to use the ice hat. But I didn't see the symbol until I got back over there again, and I pressed it at literally the last moment. So, considering that that is the only time you launch yourself into a household, when every other button that you've hit hasn't been like a fake, because the button does look different, to be fair. But if you miss it, you're going to get hit by the gate in front of you anyway. So, you have to hit it. And then when it sends you in, you're not used to it, and it's like the only time it happens. It gave me 5 from Skyward Sword in the final boss lying to you flashbacks, and as well as the final floor of Pikmin 2 Kaizo Edition. If you're not familiar, it introduced a new mechanic where even if you have the light, it was pitch black darkness, so you had to try and, you know, complete the floor completely in darkness. I did press attack there in midair, but it didn't go off. But my problem with that was you get there, and it's like, oh, by the way, it's the final level of the entire game. Also, somehow deal with 5 of the final boss invisible. And I was like, nah, mate, that's not fair. And also, with people watching, because I was live streaming it, I just did a little trick to turn the lights back on, because it just completely invalidates one of your items. And you have not been introduced to that issue before, or that stipulation before, and it just expects you to beat the game 5 times over in a single room. With other problems in the room as well. Like, it's impossible. I know Hef did it, but he's absolutely insane. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, so I don't know. It's just my stance on it. If you're gonna do something like that, at least introduce it, instead of just expecting the impossible. That bloody gem got me again. Alright. One more time. Because I haven't got back to the house yet once again. Yes, I'm talking, but I'm just forgetting what I've done at the beginning again. And then once again, I'm failing near the conductor, which again is where I think a checkpoint should be, but there isn't. Because this is a long stretch of level. Especially since, again, these obstacles are appearing in the middle and not at the side of the level, so your reaction time isn't as high. I mean, they did used to be right in front of me. Putting it on low density made them appear a little bit earlier, which I do like. So, I've done it again on the same one! Right. Jump, attack, wait for it, attack. I unsatted! What?! Excuse me, I did what I needed to do! Oh, whatever. Right. Please don't screw me over this time. I pressed the button. It's not my fault it didn't work. Oh, I must have hit the red bloody shield. There we are, we're done. I must have hit the red barrier instead of hitting him. I was a little bit too early. When you want me to react early, I can't react early. But when it expects you to react early, it punishes you for it. So, I didn't get all the Rift Ponds. I didn't get all the boom boxes. I know which one I missed. It's behind one of those breakable walls. So... But yeah, at least I got a higher score than last time. I got about 12... Yeah, I got about 12,000 last time. I got 16,000 this time. I did try to use the dance ability. I don't know how many times it procced, but... Every time that you go back to a checkpoint, your exact progress from when you hit it is kept, so... I don't know. I didn't do any on that final run there. I was just concerned about getting through it. Also, I like how it goes through every confirmation button for all controllers. That's quite nice.
All right, lass. Let's get our DJ. Get ready for the fight!
April Fools!
But it's not April.
April! What?
Oh, you know, darling, as in April Fool's Day, it was just a prank, bro.
Yeah, kidnapping half the town and forcing us to contribute to your elaborate scheme, some prank.
I've never heard of April Fool's Day in my life. Do tell, Groves. Where in Car's name did you learn about such a vile tradition?
And doing it on the wrong... Well, I know it's in the mod on the right day, but... Why is this a challenge road in August? I mean, if you're going to show off the mod, fair enough, but... When you beat it for your trophy, it feels like you've just been tricked for literally no reason. I could forgive it if it was the April Fool's Challenge road, but it's not, is it? It's... The summer event has just finished. Yeah, mate, you be silent.
I read about it online.
Picnic! Wow, that was an exhausting night. I can't believe DJ Picnic spent all that time befriending me just to blow it all on some wild joke.
I know!
That lad, he's got some real nerve. You won't have to worry about him for a while.
Good.
But if you need to verify my work, he's over that way.
Most deserved.
You know, all this gave me an idea. What if I ordered 100 tons of sand to be dumped on the moon? Ha! Now that would be funny. I'd tell my friends about that one. Oh, lass, I don't got nothing to give you this time. I heard there's a prize corner nearby. Maybe you could check with the lady that runs it.
Yeah, we'll do. Maybe they'll have something to, satiate the pain that we've suffered. I like how our combo is still on the screen, by the way. This is also the part of the level that would basically be sent, you'd be sent to, as long as the flag for the timepiece has been triggered once, which all you need to do to actually do that is to go into the prize corner.
It was all worth it. For the movie. For the media.
What do you mean?
For the bit.
Grooves, lying on the stretcher, appears very shocked by this harsh language, but does not say anything, dealing with not only deep regret and a broken body, but now profanity. You could see his soul exit his body. Well and truly justified. They're all snapping at us. What does it mean? Are we going to be hunted down for taking this patient in? You might do. They're quite loyal. I forgot I still had that hat on, or hat off, shall I say. Man, I can't believe they won't allow us in us hours in the club anymore. Bet they're keeping us out just because we started the Conductor's movies, like we had a choice. You guys think we could sneak around the back? The guards have their headphones on, but they won't even hear a chemical explosion. You guys need a brew? A chemical explosion? It looks like it's already been made. Funnily enough, we can actually... Wait, what's in there? I don't think I've noticed that before. Aye! Oh, wait, I can grab these. Wait a minute! That actually stopped an invisible wall! Their dialogue doesn't change. I can go back here. Okay, this is new. I haven't tried this before. Okay, so that one rubbish bin got rid of as an invisible wall. I can actually go out of bounds. Oh my lord. Alright. What's with all these keep out signs? Sure, I guess. I did not know that was a thing. I have found secrets. Because I talked to all I went through all the dialogue, but I didn't actually think to blow anything up, and I just saw it shimmering. I'm like, I can actually do that. I can also climb up here. Apparently this is all metal. Okay, I couldn't get up here before. Oh, well, you see how the conductor came in? I'm not supposed to be up here. Most certainly. Okay, if you're gonna have secrets out of bounds, maybe, you know, mask it so... What am I on? What am I on? I'm just walking in the air. Oh, no. Also, I don't want to fall out of bounds, but how do I get down from here? Help. How far can I go forward? Well, to be fair, I have made it to the end. Oh, okay. I still have infinite health, so if I void out, it's fine. Okay, then. Yeah, because there's an invisible wall here. But I managed to find a secret. Hey, kid. Listen, I know the DJ messed up big time, but he's done worse in the past, okay? He can improve. We're still going to support him all the way. We're not letting anyone into the club until DJ Grooves recovers from a nasty beating the conductor gave him. Sorry, kid. What? No, there's no party happening in there. We just left the lights on. Now beat it. Sure, mate. I'm going back over here. So, yeah, this reminds me of going out of bounds in Shadow Man to find developer hidden secrets, like the bears and all that. Like, are you actually going to stop me back here or something? Because, again, there was a wall here stopping me from coming over here, but it let me go up, and I could also go to the top there. Obviously, they've put a lot of buildings in the way of the original set, so you can't, like, explore, but I see a bit of flooring in there. This has to be intended, right? Like, you wouldn't have put, like, an exploding thing there because they hinted toward going at the back, and then by blowing it up, opens a hole that you can explore the back here. You know? It's like, there's a lot of signs saying don't do anything, and then you have this programmed in there. It has to be intended, surely. So what I want to do right now, let's come back up here. Again, I didn't find this in practice, so this is kind of making up for the janky shenanigans I was encountering. I didn't have as many, but then again, with the less obstacles that I didn't really notice too much, might have helped out a little bit. Let's get on top of this roof. I want to make my way round. Oh, okay, I'm walking on nothing, apparently. I'm inside, apparently. Sure, I guess. Can I actually get to the conductor's train from here? That's what I want to know. Well, this hitbox is a bit off. Come on. I don't think I'm supposed to be up here. I want to get to the conductor's train. Can I trick that out? I can't get up. You know what? We're out of bounds already. What the hey? Good, there's literally nothing back there. Well, this is solid. My god, he went straight in. And the funny thing is, the conductor's building is there, so he didn't ram into the conductor's building. Oh. Okay, this is solid. Oh, it's literally two cars. It wasn't even the front of the train. I guess that's where it's supposed to invoke. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. I'm safe. For a bit. Oh, I can come back. I can climb back up here. Well, jankily, but let me just do this real quick. There we are. Alright, so there's not any more secrets outbounds, it looks like. It was just that face, really. Where is that around here, actually? I'm not seeing it. Must be somewhere. Let me come over here. I don't actually know where that face is located. Intriguing. Must have stuck it somewhere. I'm standing on nothing above the area. Yeah, I'm looking at all the green buildings. I just don't see it. It must be somewhere out of bounds that I just don't know about. Anyways, I would like to get back down, please. So... I can't even get back down where I entered. It is literally just a solid wall. So if I fall here, perhaps... How far back do I need to go? There we go. Ah, damn it! I thought I could get back in myself. Alright. Right, now that we've solved that, situation, we've still got more dialogue here. I saved these guys from a castle near their role-playing game, and all I got for this lousy bowl of gold pretzels before they told me to leave. What do I do with these? Are they edible? Actually, I think there's some paint splashed on them. I'm not going to risk that. So these guys are playing a D&D game. Oh, look, they got those Ghost Mafia that we saw before. That's interesting. I think that's all. You can't really talk to these guys. How did I get up here before? I think I just did this. Yeah, there we are. None of these guys say anything either. And we can climb a little bit higher. Someone left a comment up here. Wait, can I just climb on top of the building here? No. So that is where the ceiling is. It's like, if I try to do this, I bump my head. So there is, in fact, an invisible ceiling, which was preventing me from escaping. But, yeah, you can just get into the back door of this area, which is pretty interesting. And it was intended, so... Right, so this is where all of the rewards are for doing certain things in this level. Basically, you got achievements and you get rewarded for them. I'm not going to get a single one of these. What? Okay, I did get a single one because my score is above 15,000. That was unintended. Actually, it's 150,000. I can't talk, but you get what I mean. I'm not going to collect any of these because I didn't have any intention of collecting them anyway, especially yarn, because I've got 67 yarn, which is left over from everything, including all the events. I don't grab yarn unless it's officially recognised outside of challenge routes. That's kind of how I operate. But I would have liked the tokens, but unfortunately I didn't get those. So these three are score based. You can get the posing DJ Groove sticker and a Rift token with 180,000, and a Jamming Hat Kid sticker and a Rift token for getting 210,000. I cannot talk for some reason. I'm very sorry about that. Having trouble reading numbers. But these are the ones I would have actually liked to, but they're kind of out there for me. Unlock the beat paddle weapon by beating the level while skipping both checkpoints. So you got to do it in one perfect go. You saw how many times I failed. Unless I really do practice, that ain't going to happen. And I'm not exactly a fan of doing things perfectly. Also, I'm pretty sure, because I looked up online, the beat paddle is literally just a yellow rectangle. So unless you want to be swinging a yellow rectangle, I'm not that bothered. I would be more interested in this, but considering the colour of unlocking the Rhythm Alien by beating the level at a perfect rank, you need all gold ponds and boom boxes. Yeah, that's not happening either. It does look like DJ Grooves, but I think it's supposed to be the colour scheme of the UFO, so it might have some purple in there. The one in the middle here, unlock the dubious little creature, which is Catwish's. I only got one dance, really? I had to dance 42 times or more. How did I only get one dance? I swear I pressed the button way more times than that on successful runs when I reached the next checkpoint. But yeah, you get that and a token as well, a sticker of Catwish and a Rift token by dancing 42 times or more. You go into Icefall mid-dance and it will count. Bonking resets your count because obviously when you get hit by anything, it resets you to the previous checkpoint. So there we are. There's my score for my practice. 77th. 1,200,000. Yeah. 120,000, excuse me. I really can't read numbers today. And this is on the low score, which I'm not on, apparently. Even though I just finished the level? That's interesting. Hello there, you. You're 2D. Hello, I'm Catwish, or Wish for short. I have some prizes I can give you depending on how well you did in the level. To the right are score-based prizes and to get the required score to open them up. And to the left are challenge-based prizes. Do whatever they may ask to unlock them. If you uninstall this level and lose your prizes, and you don't have that mod that lets you keep stuff unlocked when you uninstall mods, which I do have, so I don't have to worry about that, hopefully, the capsules will stay unlocked. So I'm guessing flags are saved to your save file, because there is a score-based system there, so it must be saved to your save file in some way. They'll stay unlocked, so you won't have to do the challenges again to get them back. Thanks for saving the town from DJ Grooves' prank. I left a shiny completion prize outside for you when you are ready, Hat.Kid. Thank you very much. And ironically... What? I'm stuck in here! Oh my god, what happened there? I thought I was going to have a heart attack in terms of, like, I'm going to have to just come back here again. I mean, it's spawned here now, so I might have been able to use the feature to just skip to the end, which I'm going to do to get the mod rift token. But I couldn't leave for a second there. What happened? It's happened again. There's like a weird hitbox in the... or lack of a hitbox in the middle of the doors. And it doesn't happen on the outside. Oh, I'm not a fan of that. How is that even possible? That didn't happen in practice. Neither did going out of bounds. Maybe I messed things up. I don't know. Right, I'm out of here. And thankfully, by getting this token outside of the challenge road, will give me another spin with the 2 we had remaining from previous challenge road. Because if you recall, when it came to the previous challenge road, there were 4 timepieces / 4 rift tokens for beating all the level, well, collecting them all outside of the challenge road. It was 3 levels, but Space Rock had 2, plus Space Rock had 2 to collect, as well as the honeycomb platforming. So that was 8. This gave us 1 more, so that's 9, so that gives us another spin. That doesn't eat into my tokens that I collected during the Summer 2025 modding live event, of which I'm saving for another video once the mod that I mentioned at the start of this is ready, because that's why I'm doing this now, while still waiting for that to be ready, because I believe Super Inklink is working on something for Timmy Day, and they've got like a few days left, so they're probably doing that before they get on to updating the mod, because I'm still waiting for the ping on that one. So I might have it during recording this, because it's taken an hour. So, but hey, we have 1 more spin for now, so let's go do that real quick. I might even get the last thing that's in here, because it looks like it is. It's all one thing. So I guess we'll find that out. Oreos! Oreo skin, hell yeah! Dunk me in milk and munch on me. That's what I like to do with my bickies. I like to munch. Dip in and dunk them in milk. But yeah. Nice 2-colour piece. Actually kind of makes sense considering that we had rainbow and now we've got monochrome. Whereas at the end of last video, which was the second part of the previous challenge road, which was of Space Rock, aka Ghostly Galaxy, I got a white cosmetic, which we were dealing with booze. So it's all nice and thematic, I guess. We've now half painted that white dye. Do I still have stuff in here? It's actually empty. You know what? That is perfect. Because I don't have any leftover tokens from challenge roads after the the 2025 live event. So I can install some fresh stuff and talk about that before I even record the next video. Because that will most certainly be the next video now. There's nothing else for me to plan ahead, because it's going to be over a month before we get another challenge road. So I can actually take a bit of a break until that mod that I've been mentioning that has something to do with the events is ready. And I can't wait to show that to you guys. So I'll see you guys next time for when that becomes available. See you guys there.